You know that moment when you finally decide you want to start investing. But then your brain immediately jumps in with the most stressful question of all. Should I invest now or wait for a better time? If you've ever felt stuck between, I should buy regularly and I should wait for a dip, trust me, you are definitely not alone. In this video, our Stickman will walk you through the difference between dollar cost averaging and timing the market, using simple visuals, clear examples, and easy-to-follow stories. And of course, this is not financial advice, just simple explanations to help you understand how these strategies actually work. Dollar cost averaging, or DCA, simply means you invest a fixed amount of money on a regular schedule, no matter what the market is doing. Stickman invests $300 every month into a broad index fund. If prices are high, his money buys fewer shares. If prices are low, he buys more. He does not guess. He does not predict. He does not wait for the perfect moment. He just shows up, month after month, year after year. Why does this simple method work so well? Because it removes emotion. It reduces stress. It builds the habit of investing. It keeps you in the game even when markets are scary. And most importantly, it gives your money maximum time in the market, which is one of the strongest forces in long-term investing. It is automatic. And let's be honest, humans absolutely love automatic. It saves us from our own worst impulses. Timing the market or buying the dip sounds incredibly smart. But here's the problem. It requires one very difficult skill: accurately predicting when the market is temporarily down and also predicting when it will go back up. Stickman's friend Timmy tries this strategy. Timmy is convinced he will wait for a drop. But how much of a drop counts as a dip? 5%? 10%? 20%? And what if the market never hits that exact number? While Timmy waits, the market sometimes falls a little, but then rises again before he acts. He hesitates. He second-guesses himself. And he ends up chasing the market at higher and higher prices. His biggest enemy isn't the market, it's hesitation. He wants the perfect moment, but that perfect moment rarely exists in the real world. Imagine both Stickman and Timmy want to invest $6,000 this year. Stickman, using DCA, he invests $500 every month. He never waits. He buys through ups and downs. At the end of the year, he is fully invested and has captured the average movement of the market. Timmy timing the market. He waits for at least a 10% dip. The market initially drops 7%. He waits for more. But instead of dropping further, the market recovers quickly. Timmy panics. He waits again. And by the time he finally decides to invest, he has missed almost all the growth of the year. Even if Timmy eventually buys one dip, it usually won't beat Stickman's steady discipline, because consistency almost always outperforms perfection. Let's create our own version inspired by well-known research. Picture 5 of Stickman's friends. 1. Lucy Lump Sum. She invests her $2,000 immediately every January. Her money has the most time to grow. 2. Daniel DCA. He invests $166 each month. Slow, steady, and emotion-free. 3. Timmy He waits for dips all year long. He usually invests too late. 4. Paula Panic. She buys in, but sells during scary downturns. Her results are the worst. 5. Charlie Cash. He waits for the perfect moment, which never comes. He barely earns anything because his money sits on the sidelines, missing the market's long-term upward trend. At the end of 20 years, Lucy usually wins. Daniel DCA comes surprisingly close. Timmy gets average results. Paula Panic loses money because fear controls her. Charlie Cash misses out by never participating. The lesson is simple. Time in the market beats timing the market. DCA is great, but not perfect for every situation. Here are the times when DCA might not be ideal. When you already have a large lump sum. Historically, investing it immediately performs better because the money has more time to grow. When transaction fees are high. Small repeated purchases can cost more than a one-time investment. When you are chasing quick speculative returns. DCA is a long-term tool, not a short-term gambling strategy. When you use it as an excuse to avoid real planning. Saying, "I'll just DCA forever," can become lazy thinking. You still need clear goals, the right asset allocation, and a long-term plan that fits your life. DCA is a buying rhythm, not a full financial strategy. And if you're wondering what a real long-term strategy should include, that deserves its own dedicated video. DCA works not just financially, but emotionally. Humans fear regret. We hate being wrong. DCA removes that fear by removing the need to choose the perfect moment. You don't worry about buying too high. You don't wait endlessly for dips that never come. And you don't panic during downturns because you already have a plan. It brings peace, structure, and consistency. Even Warren Buffett has said that for most people, a low-cost index fund bought consistently is the smartest approach. So what is the final verdict? If you want simplicity, choose DCA. If you have a big lump sum, invest it earlier. If you constantly wait for dips, you will fall behind. If you let fear control you, you will fall even further behind. The smartest strategy is the one you can stick to. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more simple Stickman finance explanations. And tell me in the comments, do you DCA? Or are you still waiting for the perfect dip? Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.